Okay, I did make a mistake. I thought these security cameras on the walls had a cone-shaped viewing angle, but they're still circular. Very weird. So there's basically no reason to ever get one of these. You should just get those stuff that goes up on the ceiling. Unfortunately, I thought this was a cone. So my bad on that. We'll have security signs that are out just to let people know that we are in fact recording their every move. And then we have my shopping baskets, which are going to go on this side. There we go. And then the extra panels, which go on that door there and this door over here. Yeah. Okay. So the camera drones, right? They should just have them. Yeah, we should just have them like this. So I'm not going to put any products right here. So it doesn't matter. There's going to be decorative here at the front, decorative here at the front. So I'm not going to bother with the security camera coverage at the moment. But we're going to need more cameras. More cameras than I thought anyway. So, because I want to have better coverage than that. This place is huge. It needs a lot of that. We have display products we can place, like, you know, the electronics and stuff can be over on this side. We'll just set them over there for now. And then I need to return these. I wish there was a return. You know, you could bring things back and get a refund. I wish that was a thing. I'm just saying. I feel like that's a thing that should exist in this game. If you actually take the time to bring it back to the store and show your receipt. All right, so this is what I got going on in the center here. I got all the clothing racks and stuff kind of spaced out pretty well. You can move through them and everything. It's cool. Right through all this. Even my big cart can move through these. So that's fine. We got a clothing try-on area right here, yeah? Different rugs and designs and all these things. This plant's out of place, so we're just gonna move it over there. So we got a couple of different sofas. You can move through this even with the big cart. It's fine. And they can sit down here and wait. They got 2 changing rooms. Now, I wanted to do this, but you can't mount this anymore. I was really hoping to be able to mount this. Like, there's no way to make a false wall. So on this side, we're gonna have mirrors. Was the idea is when you try this on, you can come and look at the mirror. All right, now it's not gonna work super well, but I've got a whole bunch of these bathroom mirrors that I can just stack on top of each other like this. Okay, it's the best I can do. Okay, you see what I'm going for here. It's just an idea to like give people a chance to see what they look like in the clothes they're trying on. Okay, and I realize this doesn't do anything. One giant mirror would be way better, but we just don't have like a mirror wall would be cool. Like having these glasses, but have one side be a mirror. It's just not really a thing that was ever considered, I think, in the game. So it's okay. Now I've got 10 of those mirrors I've purchased, and I'm going to put 9 of them over here on this wall. So this is where people can go if they want to just kind of walk around and see what they look like in their outfits. All right. And then I'll probably get some more bathroom mirrors to like place around other places, or just place them in the bathroom, because that's, you know, where they typically go anyway. So here we go, right, like this. And nah, it's pretty close. Almost. Come on, right there. There we go. There we go. See? Now you can walk up and see yourself in the mirror. Try on new clothes. Yeah, I kind of like how this looks. Now, if you're on this side and you're trying it on, well, you can either imagine that there's a mirror here, or you could be, well, okay, I'm just going to walk around to the other side so I can see what I look like. And you can still do that, you know, it's fine. It's open like that. So this is the clothing store side of Priorities. And, you know, we'll start selling lots of cheap clothes, and then we'll start transitioning all of these are just going to be cheap male, cheap female, classic and modern, right? So 4 different types of clothing in this whole thing. It's going to be a lot of the same thing until we can start producing the more expensive stuff, and then we can start putting the more expensive stuff on some of these shelves. That's how I'm planning to do it, okay? Jewelry, yeah, it's fine. All the things are happening. Now, how's our stock here? I want to go to inventory, you know, just pick best jewels or something and just see what they've got for inventory. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Let's just go to the warehouse, right? And you can see that in warehouse 1, we've got 575 expensive jewelry in stock. That's sweet. because that means that all of the stores are full. Oh yeah. So we definitely have capacity for more jewelry stores. So I really need to buy, I'll buy him out, right? And so that I have that. I think this music has just been loud the whole time, right? Hasn't it? I'll turn it down at editing. It's just been blasting you. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then there's this bathroom mirror, which is going to end up going over here like this, so people can look at themselves in the mirror while they're in the bathroom as well. Yeah, I'll have a couple of bathroom mirrors right there too. No big deal. And given how tall this is, I'm not sure I even need... Yeah, you know what? I don't even need these tall ones over here. Let's just bring these over, and then I don't have to buy any more mirrors. This is fine. We'll just put it like this. And then these two can go over on the other bathroom wall, like so. Because, I mean, my character's not even that tall. There's no reason to have a mirror that tall. So we'll go like this. The character's head's only that high. Yeah, so if you're standing back, you can see yourself. Simple as that. Okay, cool. So I'm exhausted now, so I gotta go home, but this is the store so far, okay? Let me just get things sorted out here. We'll have some other things being delivered. We'll touch base in a few in-game days. Man, I am just not good anymore at making short and concise episodes that just like stay to the point. I just can't do it anymore. Like I'm splitting this recording session into two videos for sure, and it's just like I didn't get as much done that I wanted to do. So we're gonna have 5 expensive gifts. You need 5 of these to fit the limit here. So we have expensive gifts. They're 15 each. So you need 5 of them to get a 75. Same thing with the cheap gifts, but the cheap gifts are going to be near the front of the store. So I have a bunch of these extra ones here. Let's just get these rounded shelves over here. And these undefined ones that are right here, we're probably going to make these flowers. Because again, this is the everything store. There's my cheap gifts. We can put the cheap gifts closer to the door. That's fine. We can cheap here. So there. There we go. Those are our cheap gifts. Do I have 6? No, this one's not there. Okay, so there we go. And then we have these. There's extras here too. So we'll probably go in and make these ones, let's say expensive flowers. We could do that. And I guess we don't sell cheap flowers here, at least for now. We're going to have expensive flowers through here. Okay, so we can see kind of where that's going to be relative in the store. And I don't know how we're going to lay out the shelves just yet, but I got a feeling that, well, first off, I got a feeling I don't need this many. Hold on. Expensive flowers. Yeah, we can take one of these away. So let's have this one be undefined for now. We'll stick that over here. Yeah, so these ones are all expensive flowers. Okay. So expensive gifts, expensive flowers. It's going to be like a section here. What I probably am going to have to do, I think, is 2 things. I'm going to need to move these counters. I think I'm going to move them to where they end or about here. I'll do this offline. I'm cramming the time on the video right now. I'm sorry. So we have this going to be moving it about here, and we'll slide all this stuff over. I'm thinking this is all aesthetics, right? And this is all just to make it look good, and I like it, but I'm thinking that we could probably make just this area the try-on area. So essentially what I would be doing at that point is be changing the changing rooms, change the changing rooms, so that they are, let's say, something more like this. Like that instead. And then maybe widening this out just a tad. Yep, probably that. And then this part here goes away and it gets kind of moved to a different section of the store. We could use them dividing walls between, you can put these dividers between different sections of products or something. And the couches could be maybe lounging over here. There is a television screen. I got TVs on the walls around here too, just because I figure like you'd have video ads and stuff playing for various different products or advertisers or whatever. And then this whole section, I still don't have enough, right? You can see the limitations at 50. This is because the earbuds, they're only 10 each. So I have to have 8 of these tables per earbuds, and then another 8 of these tables for the other headphones, the Dre headphones. And that's not even getting into actual phones and watches and stuff yet. So my electronic section's got to be massive. And or I simply don't sell every electronic, right? Like once I start getting phones and watches, I maybe just focus only on those things. If they want earbuds, they can go to a different store. Something like that. Alternatively, I could have my high-end section be back here. Have customers walk back here. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. I would just have my stock room, have all my shelves shift to be kind of more like this instead. And then I could put a divider, like a room divider right here, as if this is like, you know, staff only on this side, but I have my jewelry and my high-end phones and stuff back here in the back room. That kind of thing could be nifty too. Maybe we pretend. Oh, pretend? Yeah, maybe we pretend that the phones and the electronics and the jewelry is maybe black market goods. And we do those in the back room. Our premium stock is in the back room, huh? I kind of like that idea, to be honest, just because it's just fun to imagine doing that in this game. Even though it's like obviously not actually happening, still fun to do, still fun to think about. So I might do that because that will open up more floor space as well. I can, you know, do the deck. I'll do the floors and stuff, make them all look good. I'll show you what I've come up with for the store, and then we'll need to bring in a lot of goods for it. We're going to be very expensive import, but we've already paid our taxes. We can afford that import. And then I did say in this video we're going to do another factory. It just never got to it because it's just, like I said, I'm just terrible at staying on task. I know most of you love that, though. You love that I'm flighty. Many of you don't. And for those people, apologies. I just can't seem to stay true to my word. Anyway, take care. Love your faces. I'm trying real hard to help my life balance right now to try to get more content out to you, but it is going to be a bit before I can say I'm a full-time creator again. It's just going to be a bit. It's the way it is. So you're going to have to deal with part-time Charlie for just a little while longer. Okay, I got the logos, artwork, and stuff in for priorities. That's from last season anyway, so it's there. I've also added some artwork from some additional businesses that people have sent me, so we're going to take a look at those before the end of this video as well. Inside priorities, we've got ourselves a bit of decoration, and I'm going to have to move this little thing here, but I'm almost done placing in stuff for our everything store. Let's kind of scoot this back a little bit here. I want this natural barrier because there's alcohol right here, and I couldn't figure out where I was going to put this, so I just sort of decided I was going to put it behind this little glass wall here. So let's go ahead and have you go up there. I can have you go right up against it, honestly. We can just go like something like this, and then we can do the same thing with this one about there. And then we'll scoot you right up against this glass as well. So it just kind of makes it like you got to go around, and if you want that stuff, you got to go through here. And there's enough space to walk, you know, with the cart. Not here. Can't walk there, but you can walk through here. Yeah, it's pretty narrow, but you can do it. It's there. It's possible. Okay. And then these are going to be our martinis. So we have martinis here, martinis, martini, martini, martini. And martini. Okay, we should have 75 now. Yes, 75 capacity. Okay, here's what we got. All right. So checkout counters are here. There's 4 of them. We're going to make 4 lines and everything. It's fine. We're selling wine right here. We're selling martini over here. Wines and martinis kind of together. Over on this side, we've got beer, margaritas, and whiskey. I would put the margaritas over with the martinis. I would. It's just I'm running out of space over here, and I've got little extra gaps in space over here, so I'm going to use it. I still have this lounge area. This may go away, but I really tried hard to keep it. I really wanted to keep it. All of these walkways are clear. You can get through them all. We got extra clothing racks there for the modern cheap female clothing that's there. All of the clothing types are maxed out right here, except for expensive, because I don't have possession of expensive stuff yet. We will replace all of the classic clothing with expensive clothing. So when we start getting expensive stuff, it will simply occupy the same space as this right here. I was really struggling to figure out where to put cigars. I'm not selling cigarettes, but the cigars are here. I just had to choose one. I'm running out of space. Again, I could put them maybe in this area or in that area. There's room for them. I'm just not going to sell them. It's fine. I thought about also putting them in my VIP room up top as well. Real quick, I keep the cart just so you guys can see that there's plenty of space to walk with it and everything. So there's enough space for our customers to walk as well. We got cheap jewelry here. Expensive jewelry is in the back room, right? And I've got this wooden barricade, this wooden wall here that kind of separates our stock room. So that's nifty. This is my VIP room right here, which right now is kind of bare. And I was thinking about putting some wine shelves back here. Still might. You know, our exclusive selection, if you will. Might do that. You know, same thing with the cigars. I may move them in there. We'll see. Like a smoking room all the way in the back kind of thing. Maybe. And then we're selling essentially everything. Even hair care products are right here in this little area, and we're going to be selling those as well. So to make sure that we're going to be doing that, let's come over to our logistics guy. And here's priorities. There's a lot of stuff to sell here. So we can't ship these. We don't have the expensive stuff. But again, all of the expensive stuff is going to replace the classic stuff as we go. So we're going to make modern expensive males, modern expensive female, and then we will replace the classic cheaps for each one as well. For now, I'm going to hold off on making classic expensive and kind of get a feel for demands and everything, and I might start making this, but because manufacturing takes a lot of resources, takes a lot of space, I'm going to focus in on 2 of them, and then I can expand to the other 2 later. We'll see how that goes with the factories, but I feel like we're going to be most effective by limiting the variety and maximizing the volume is what I want to do for the factory later. Okay, so cigars, I don't know, man. Let's have like 3,000 in stock. They sell a lot. I think 600 per shelf, isn't it? 500, 600. Oh, okay, so the medium shelf can have 500. Large shelves are 600 each. So if we keep 2,000 in stock, that will limit the stock room pretty well. If we do that every day, that'll be pretty good, I think. Why don't we go up to, where's cigars again? Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? 3,000. Let's limit this to like 2,200 or something. Should be fine. For all the whiskey, beer, etc. Again, the shelves can hold 50 each, and I have 8 of each shelf. So we're going to need at least 400 in stock. We're going to go 600 with the logistics guys. I think that's okay. So we can have 600 here like that. And then we can go beer, margarita, whiskey. For the wine, those wine shelves hold 72 apiece. Okay, sure. We'll put 700 in there. It makes it easy. Where to go? Yep. 700 on the wine. If I can find it, man. They probably don't, but it just feels like they shift and move around every time I look at it, and I just can't find it. It's here somewhere. A bottle of wine. There it is. I can't read, man. It's a thing. I just can't read. 600 on the whiskey too. Okay, hair care products. I don't know how much of those are actually on those shelves. I'm gonna put 400 for now. And these are 40, 44. Okay, so we don't need that many. I can probably get away with like 250 or something in stock there. That's fine. So we'll go hair care products. Let's go like 250. Or maybe something evenly divisible here. Let's go 240 then. Why not? Okay, so that should take care of everything we can sell. Again, the clothing, we can't ship it there. That's going to take care of all the logistics for everything. Now, if we look at the purchasing agents and stuff. So what we want now is to go into our importer like this. Do we have enough coming in here? Remember, we're supplying beer, bottle of wine, etc. We're supplying all this stuff for our nightclub as well, but I feel like the volume over there is just not that big of a deal. I'm also not selling soda in my everything store because like literally everyone sells soda and I'm just not going to bother with it. Okay, so we need to get cigars. And let's get, you need a week's worth of cigars, right? So hypothetically, if we somehow go through 2,000 in a day, right? So let's go 12,000 and have that in our inventory. For beer, we're going to have to up the number because we're selling more. Let's go 2,000. Let's go 2,000. I honestly think we're going to sell more than this in this store. So let's go 2,500 for each of this. And we're going to go down to margaritas, do the same thing. That is so weird, man. Like I copied 2,500 in the clipboard. I highlight this, I hit paste, it goes 500. I don't understand that. That's very strange. Isn't that weird? 2,500 is copied on the clipboard. Okay. Look, everything's good here. I like that import. Let's remember to hit the green button. Oh, no warehouses. Right. Well, that's something we can fix. We're going to put this in warehouse 1. Anything else I didn't designate? No, I think we're good. Order, good. Let's see what else we have here. We're not doing any fresh food, that kind of thing. I'm going to hold off on that. And we'll get a grocery store in a second, or a separate grocery store nearby. We'll focus it. I know the everything store doesn't have everything. Well, it's got everything that's not food. All right, we have beverages. We just don't have food, except soda. So it's the everything store asterisk. Okay, there's an asterisk there. But we've got cheap gifts, cheap flowers, expensive gifts, expensive flowers, cheap jewelry here, expensive jewelry back there. Here's our Rhythm by Trey headphones area. Here's the Boss or Noise Bose headphones or whatever. We will get another 8 tables at some point here and place them over here on this side. And then at that point, we will be selling the phones. All the phones will be here. And then we'll get smartwatches over here at some point. And then we just won't sell the earbuds and the headphones anymore. We'll just sell only the highest end goods. And we'll leave an electronics stores and other stores and stuff, my jewelry stores, to deal with the earbuds and stuff because I'm already selling those over there. Okay, so that takes care of all that. We got the floor design, check. I don't think I really need to shift the walls. I mean, I guess interior designer, we could make the walls a little bit more appealing. Maybe, ooh, I like that. Look at that. I kind of need to adjust time of day, don't I? Let's change it to where I can see it in the interior designer. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice little, well, it's not quite what I was looking for, but you know, it's not half bad, but I kind of don't want that. Do I want dark walls throughout this though? Not particularly excited about that, especially given the cost of those walls. Maybe we can go cheaper walls. How about this? Looks good. I'm all right with this. Like a nice warm tone everywhere. Yeah, I can get behind that. Let's change that, and then we go like this too, all the way out. Maybe the back wall will have like an accent wall kind of thing here. Let's toggle the wall so we can see it, and maybe this accent wall will be dark. I like it because there's contrast here with people trying on clothes and stuff. So the back wall will make this dark color here, and that's priorities for now. Yeah, I can't unfortunately make this section red without making the whole thing red. So that's just gonna be the way that is. But I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna work pretty well. And tomorrow, well, when the clock rolls over, it's 8:13 p.m. right now. But when the clock rolls over, we should get everything that is already in our warehouse should go into stock there, which means essentially our clothing store, the only thing that's not in there at that point will be clothing, which that happens on Monday and or Tuesday. Not entirely sure. I think it'll happen because our stocking happens at like, I think 2 a.m. I don't like how it does that. I wish they would change that. I honestly wish stocking was redone in this game to where we could have 2 stock periods. One, it restocks at like 2 a.m. like it does, and then the other would be restocking at 2 p.m. I like that. I know it would maybe throw off the balance of the game a little bit, but when I get an import of new goods that I didn't have before in my warehouse and I get them brought into me on Monday, it doesn't actually get in stock until Tuesday because my people are restocking the shelves at 2 a.m. and then the import doesn't come in until 8 a.m. Right? So another way to do it, to fix it, I suppose, would just to have restock happen at 8 a.m. like everything else. So you could trigger it as follows. You could go import, negative interest rate, and then logistics all at the same time. You know, that would solve it too. It's just I wish I could have stuff that I import on Monday actually be in my stores on Monday. You know, but in order to do that now, I have to actually bring my vehicle over to my warehouse, load it up in my truck, and take it over there manually, which is what I'm prepared to do this week because I really want to get that store operational. So I'm going to do that. I actually have some pallet shelves in the back. That's what the extra storage is. I got some pallet shelves that I'm going to deliver to my warehouse. I figured since I'm going to go over there, I might as well bring some extra pallet shelves. You know, Just like a little thing. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. Grab a couple of them and make sure you bring them with you. That kind of thing. Every time I go to my warehouse, I'll just add another pallet shelf or two. Okay, let's go in and get a quick little workout in. And let's go something like... I want to go around the town and show you guys the artwork. Make sure I get that stuff in. As far as getting it in the video. I want to make sure I do that. Cheap jewelry's not in stock, all that stuff. Yeah, we need to import more. All the cheap jewelry, but the thing is I'm trying. It's just, it doesn't let me do it. You know, in case anyone's like, why aren't you never have cheap jewelry? Well, it's because there's a shortage. I have 3,500 set as my target. That's a lot. And I could cancel that and change it to like 4,500 if you want. It won't make a difference. It's limited. I probably won't get nearly that much in my warehouse, but if I do, then that's great. But that's another reason for needing a factory. It's so that you don't have to depend on that stuff. You can keep selling, you can keep getting stuff in inventory without having to rely entirely on that, because you're going to get shortages. Just like the clothing shortages and everything, you're going to get shortages. Okay, so the first bit of artwork we can see here, I'm going to pause it just so it doesn't change. The first bit of artwork we have is for We Are the Law. And this is from Commander Kitten on Discord. We've got We Are the Law up here because even the everyman needs the law on their side. There you go. So that looks pretty good. That's our banner. And there's a similar on-theme logo in front of the store too. We're going to take that. We'll check that out. But there you go. Commander Kitten, thank you for that. Appreciate you. And We Are the Law is where? Let's go take a look at the building as well. Where did I put that? It's over here, right? Right over here. Yes, We Are the Law. It's pretty far away, isn't it? I think it's faster. Man, it might not be faster anymore. Nah, I'm not too far away. I think it's faster if we just park this and we run over to the subway and we'll just see it there. And then we can do the same thing for the next business that we have artwork for as well. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, approaching the building, and you can see what our artwork looks like here as well. Let's just go ahead and get in there. Artwork right here. Again, similar theme to that. This just says We Are the Law. Established October 2nd, 2025. There you go. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. This is what it looks like on the building. If I get a little bit further away here, let's see. Oh, in case anyone's... I always get this question. It's like, how are you doing this? Hit F7, hit F8. That's how you get free cam. That's how you get your UI out of the way. You might change that later, but that's how you do it. All right, so you can go around with drone cameras and stuff. Content creators, you can get yourself right down in there for your thumbnails. There, I'm telling the competition how to compete with me. There we go, yeah. We Are the Law. And honestly, like, I feel like this is thumbnail material right here. I could just use the NYPD over We Are the Law. That actually looks... I'm taking the screenshot for that one. Okay, so that is We Are the Law. That's our artwork for our law firm in Midtown. Now where are we going? What's the next business we got artwork for installed in the game? I haven't actually seen it in the game yet, so I'm gonna make sure we can get it. This is the middle finger. As you know, we have the middle finger, and I think we can probably take this one. So we'll go to this East Station here, and we're gonna go down and check out the middle finger artwork by Discord user Andre 2.0. Okay, so middle finger. Here it is right here. Just go ahead and zoom ourselves down here really quick. You can see there's kind of a theme going on with people using just basically black and white, color neutral. Okay, that's where we are there. Simple. And if you want to see kind of what the logo sort of looks like, you can see it's got some jewelry there, and it kind of looks like the middle finger's going up. It's pretty good. I like that. Now I can't find an ad on the buildings because I don't control when they display. But I also have advertising. See how colorful those ones are? I also have advertising on only small billboards for this organization. So I'm not sure it's going to show up in these big ones anyway. However, I can still show you what it looks like. So it's on screen right now. That's what it would look like if they were on the buildings, or if they appear on the building, it would look like this. Okay. So there you go. Middle finger. Thank you so much, Andre 2.0. Again, if I receive artwork from real human beings, I will look into using them in my series, okay? Real human beings, just be noted. You're there. Still calling out. Lots of businesses left to cover here. If you think you have any artistic talent, you know, you can see the extent. You know, you might think I have to be a professional designer. No, you just have to have some sense of how things go together, and you're good to go. I'm not picky. Right? It's better than the automated generated icons. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's just as long as you beat the generated icons. My bar is really low. Okay, I just don't want to use. I just want to have rich artwork and logos and all that stuff for my businesses, and I don't want to use AI to do it. But like if the only way to do it is to get there, then maybe I'll use it, you know. But I'd rather use human beings. So if you're if you have blood in your veins, in organic tissue that you use to process information through squishy eyeballs for optics, you get my point here. If you're not a machine, send me artwork, okay? I am not going to be able to avoid the interest rate today also because I totally forgot to call them. So it's Sunday and I'm at 1.9 million. That's going to hurt. However, if we take a look at what our imports will be, I bet they'll be high and I bet we'll be okay. Now I have 1 hour left to change this, and I could just change my order so that it takes like all my money. And then at least that money goes towards inventory, right? Now, that's the better way to do it probably. So why don't we alter this a wee bit? And we can say that we probably want more. Honestly, I could order the stuff for making things, right? I could order that. Let's do that. Let's change our order here so that we order. And let's actually take the metal bands down. We don't need that many metal bands, okay? We'll go down to like, I don't know, 5,000. You don't even need that many, but we're going to bring that down. Now, we'll take the extra. We need expensive fabric, right? I know I'm going to need that. It's $11 each for expensive fabric. Why don't we go get, I don't know, 3,000 expensive fabric? And we'll put this in warehouse 2. It's where our high-end stuff is stored, right? So we'll put it there for now. What else can we do? We can put speakers, resistors, uncut gems, water. We're gonna get into doing cheap stuff too, but I already have 5,000 of these in the other warehouse, so I'll want to use those first. So fabric expensive, and I think that's it for the clothing we need. So I guess I can get more, but that seems a little wasteful. So why don't we just submit that order and come over to some other things here. Let's make sure we can get some things in stock. So maybe the cheap clothing, right? There's a shortage because of course there is. We can cancel this order really quick. Let's go and get classic cheap male. We'll go 3. Let's go, you know what? Let's go 4,000 of it. Okay. We'll get a lot more and a lot more and a lot more and a lot more. That'll just really ramp up how much we're spending on the import. Okay. So we're at 750,000 here, 271 here. So pretty much at $1 million. Let's round it to $1 million for ballparking it. Almost inconsequential. Here's 1.7 million. Hey, there we go. And we all of a sudden don't have enough, but we are going to make more money, right? So we might be okay here. We are going to make more. I think we're good. I think that's a perfect mix. These numbers are probably gonna go up though, so I might be cutting it a little bit too close, if I'm being honest. I think I'm a little bit too close. Let's take the expensive fabric down to 2,000 instead. I don't want to cut it that close. I didn't really change it much compared to what I thought it would change it to. Uncut gems expensive. We don't need 1,600, do we? I think we kind of do. We only have 45 left. So yeah, I think we do. Okay, let's see. Can we adjust it? Higher end stuff we can adjust. Yeah, the 45 is a lot. I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to buy this many, so we might be okay there. Let's just see how much money we make. I just want all the imports to happen. That's the important thing. I need all of the imports to happen. But I think we're cutting it very close, but we'll be okay. We'll be all right. So let me make sure all the orders are submitted. Yes, they are. Okay, so that's the hour gone. Let's see how this works here. So we're going to go to 7:38 a.m. We only made 500 grand. Oh, and I'm not sure that's enough. We're at 2.4, guys. I don't think that's enough. Let's see. So this is 600. I freaking get my calculator out here. I want to see if we're going to be short before we actually are. So let's just round that up to 600,000. Right? Okay. We got 329,000. Let's go. Let's say that's 330. That's a pretty good rounding thing there. We've got 56K there. We've got, let's say 740 or 725, 500. We'll round that. And we'll say 385,600 as the rounding on that one. So we need $2 million. Hey, it's going to happen. Things adjusted and we're going to get it. I don't know how much of that jewelry is actually in stock, but it's going to happen. So let's just go a little bit further. All right. So we have 351 left. We're fine there. Now, it still says these things are out of stock, right? The cheap jewelry's out of stock because the stocking already happened at 2 a.m. That's the problem I have with this. I really wish it wouldn't do that. So here, unfortunately, your weekly order exceeded what we were able to provide this week, so we're unable to deliver the full amount of cigars. Okay. So we have a cigar shortage now. How much were you able to deliver? We can see that we did get the full 2,000 fabric. And jewelry expensive. Obviously, we've run out. That's fine. That's going to get restocked. And then we have 4,000 on all the clothing. Did we get that? Did we get all of our clothing here? Let's see. Cheap clothing. Yep, 4,000. So they have a shortage, but they were able to give us 4,000 each. We were only able to get 10,000 cigars, not 12,000. That's fine. I was just like throwing out a number. It's okay. And we weren't able to get all of our drinks either. We wanted 2,500 in each of them, and we only got 1,900 something. So we pretty much everything is at a shortage now, and that's the reason for wanting the factories so you don't have to deal with the shortage. Now, the other thing about the cool thing about factories, right, is that everything would be in stock for you all the time. You have a very steady supply of things, so you don't need to worry about the import on Monday. I don't have anything to sell on Monday. You don't have to worry about that if you're creating it yourself, right? That's the other big benefit to that. Hello, Daniel Brown. Yeah, telling me about that. And then you guys are all like, I can't deliver all these things because they're not in stock at 2 a.m. See? So now I'm going to take my truck, which is somewhere. Where's my vehicle? Oh, it's just down the road, right? I'm gonna take my truck. I'm gonna go over to the warehouse. I'm gonna load up a bunch of stuff. And honestly, none of it's just not the best truck for this. It's just not. I think I'd rather go get a different truck. And so why don't I go over to, and this is the long way for sure, because I don't have the pallet shelves. I need to eventually go over there anyway. But why don't we instead take the subway over to General US Trucks, which is open right now. And I'm going to buy one of those like UPS truck looking things with the 40 capacity. And then I can pull things out of my warehouse, no problem, and deliver it manually on Monday morning. And, until we get our factories rolling. I think the first factory I need to make now, the easiest way to do this is just to make a cheap jewelry factory. I can take the $5.9 million. It's a template. Boom, done. Now I got that factory up and running. Send the factory workers over there, and they start churning out the jewelry with the layout I already have. That's a very easy thing to do. I don't have $5.9 million, but that's a very easy thing to do. But I think it would be better for me to get the expensive clothing factory going first. It means more design time, but it also means I can get different products. I can get more products. I can import cheap jewelry. I just can't import the quantity that I want. So if I take a look at my warehouse right now, cheap jewelry in stock. How much was I able to import here? Did I not get anything? Oh, right there. In stock, 4,500. All right, I was able to get all of it. Great. So since I can already import 4,500, and I probably won't run out this week, but there is, of course, that shortage, right? I think it's better for me to create a factory from scratch, or I can use a template, but probably from scratch, because I actually enjoyed the process. It was a little tedious, I admit, but I actually enjoyed the process. How about we get just a boring white one? Big red truck? You can get the big red truck. So this has 40 capacity. Its max speed is so slow, but it can haul 40 things at a time. You know what? This is going to be it's like a school bus, man. We're going to drive a school bus. All right, we got ourselves a school bus. And we're going to go ahead and use that to haul a whole bunch of stuff from our warehouses, okay? So, again, I just want to go to my warehouse right there. We're going to have to grab the stuff and then take it over where it needs to go, including the clothing. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to take you guys with me for just a little bit here because it's a new vehicle, right? I've never had this vehicle before in previous playthroughs. So we're going to go this way and then we'll take the wrong way on the street, or do I think I'd go the correct direction, yeah? I don't want to ruin my brand new truck by just going the wrong way on a one-way street. Although, what kind of excitement? Do we want to live an exciting life? I think we want to live an exciting life. Now, of course, I could stop here. Not there, but the factory supply. I could stop there and buy a bunch of machines for my clothing factory that I don't have yet, but I think I'm going to wait just a little bit longer on that. And just make sure I get the stuff I've already bought in stock so that we could sell it today. It's going to be a good day. Law firms are both open today. It's going to be a great day. So it ended up taking me all night anyway, which kind of renders the entire thing moot because it's just the way the time goes, you know? And wow, everything is so yellow. Look at all the yellow vehicles. It's like an army. Jeez. The yellow army is right here. Let me go ahead and turn here. We're going to park this vehicle in the warehouse here, the high-end warehouse, just because I don't want to pay for parking nonstop. So we're just going to do that. Just going to go ahead and back it in. Not sure if one of these doors are occupied. I don't remember. I guess we'll see if this... I think it's this one, actually, is occupied. Right? Right? Yep, that one's the blocked. So it's the other one that I need to get into. I wish they'd just tell me before I get there, you know? Maybe, like, have that door not open. It's all right. This door is fine, though. We're going to park this right back in here. And I'm just going to leave it here. It's okay. We'll probably replace it with a bigger truck when necessary, but just so I don't have to constantly manage that or, you know, constantly pay for parking somewhere on that, I'm just going to put it there. So I need to go home, and that's the subway is right there. So I'll just use the train to go ahead and do that. Now, every time I create a video and I put artwork and stuff in the game, I get comments asking me how I'm doing that because it's not entirely clear how to put custom artwork in the game. So I figured I probably should make a dedicated video for that. It'd probably be pretty informative and I can get the SEO benefits and all that stuff about it, you know? So I probably will do that, but just in case I forget, I'm going to incorporate it into this video right now. Okay, I'm just going to have it for you right now. So why don't we go ahead and open this up just to kind of pause the game. So here's how you add custom artwork. Okay, you're going to open up your C drive. You're going to go to your user folder, whatever that is. In this case, mine's Charlie. And you're going to go to app data. If you can't see app data, you need to reveal the hidden folders, right? You can look up how to do that, how to reveal hidden folders on Windows. You can see app data in your user folder, okay? Double click that, go to local low. You're gonna find Havgard games. Find Havgard in all of the games. Yeah, I have so many folders in here because of so many games I've played. Havgard games, okay? You're gonna go to big ambitions. You're gonna go to save games, okay? And then you're gonna find what version, save games, etc. you have. So in this case, I have EA.9. Double click that. Then your current save file that you have for this. In general, you can use the date modified to know what your recent one is because the one you saved the least, or sorry, the one you saved the last is going to show up as the recent date. So in this case, October 13th right here. This is the save file we're currently playing. So double click that. All of your businesses will be here. And then all you need to do is just double click the business you want to, replace. So in this case, if I say LM Eats, double click that. You have 3 images in here: billboard, square sign, wide sign. These are the graphics for this business that appear in the game. So if I scoot this out of the way really quick, come over to, let's say, LM Eats. Where are you, LM Eats? I don't really have to select exactly LM Eats, but I wanted to. There it is. So if I go over to settings, right here, these graphics are what these are, right? So to replace these graphics and also the ones that appear in the game, you're simply going to modify your own image or take your own image and make sure that they both match the format and measurements of these, as well as the name. You need to name them exactly the same too. So you're going to put your own billboard.jpg in here, squaresign.jpg here, widesign.jpg here. You need to make sure that they are named exactly this, okay? Capitalization too. Pop them in here and they get replaced in game. So if I take a look now at what was the other one? It was the one we replaced today, right? Middle finger, right? So if I take a look at middle finger, here you go, right? And there's the graphics for that. So if I, again, get this out of my way, go over to my businesses, we find middle finger, where you can see that in game, it will appear here, but this is still like that. As long as you don't make any changes to this, you don't save logo changes, for example, as long as you don't do that, then the game will not override this folder. Okay. So you're just going to make them exactly the right dimensions and replace them. And if you need a refresher, or if you're ever just like, oh, wait, what's the dimensions and stuff again? I don't remember. Go into our Discord server, like I told you to do before. Okay. Use /sign in our channel, and the bot will tell you how to send me images. Okay. In the process of telling you how to send me images, it also tells you exactly what the image needs to look like. That's how that works. Okay, there you go. So you'll have that. And I need to sleep, not watch television. I just wanted to get my character to be happy though. So maybe I'll play some video games until I'm super tired. There we go. And let's sleep. I probably should just go another day, right? Let's see how much money we actually made. If I go to 6:51-ish a.m., how much money do we actually make today? Now that we have all the jewelry in stock, we should be back up to our usual profits. There is 700,000 in a day. There we go. Should be pretty good there. And looks like Bumpin' Nights is dirty. Needs somebody to clean it. So I'll have to look at that too. Peaceful work environment. Everyone who needs a peaceful work environment has not been getting it met. Because I have not been pleasant, right? I need to keep my happiness up. That's how you meet peaceful work environment, by keeping your own happiness up, which is fairly easy to do. That's why I have various different things in my apartment, so I can play games and exercise and do all these things to get that bonus. But right now I'm gonna go walk in the park or whatever, take a personal day, go walk in the park, etc. And I probably should get Bumpin' Nights, even though it is Wednesday now and they're not even open really, but so it's okay. Probably should take a look at the schedule for Bumpin' Nights and figure out why it's not getting clean. I guess he's just not working enough hours. Bump that up 1 hour there, bump it up 1 hour here. Yeah, 30 hours a week. I mean, it should be getting clean, but he's not very good at it. It's only 25%. He's getting trained, though. It'll be fine, all right? It'll be fine. I don't really care too much about Bumpin' Nights. I just don't care. What I do want, though, is for priorities to be open. That's the one I really care about. And I think I can open it up now. I mean, there's no reason to keep it closed if you have products in there to sell, right? So let's go in and take a look. Make sure everything that we need in stock is in stock. And then we just pop a bunch of customer service people there, security people there, etc. My headhunters have been looking for security guards and factory workers, but I should have a good amount of the other 2 jobs ready for me here. Cleaning, right, maybe not cleaning, but we should have customer service people. At least I thought. Ugh, I messed it up again, didn't I? I waited too long. That's what I messed up. Yes, I could have more. I know I could have more headhunters. I know I don't want more headhunters. Customer service people. Yeah, we'll just tell them that they don't want these things. And honestly, we could probably get away with just just max out. I think maybe we just max it out. Let's just do this, and we'll just not choose people that have anything here that doesn't work. We're going to try to do a 24-hour everything store. I don't know whether or not we'll be able to have it open 24 hours, but we'll see. So we need to find better customer service people because I waited too long to hire them. That's okay. All right, let's go make sure everything is in stock, though, on our big everything store. Priorities. Here we go. And the big reveal. Should be nothing out of stock. Everything should be ready to rock and roll. Look at this place. It's gorgeous. So many things on the shelves. Who did it? I don't know. The ghosts. The ghosts of our Christmas future were here to put everything in its place. All the novels are in. The clothing looks very monotonous. Oh, I really wish there was some diversity in how the clothing looks, to be honest. But you can clearly tell where the female and male parts are of the store. So, because they only wear one color, apparently. Well, okay, I guess you could call black a color too. They have some gray in here as well, depending on if it's modern or classic, really. Yeah, classic clothing has that, like, a faded look, I guess. A little bit more, it's not quite as dark, not quite as deep. But there you go. Cigars in stock here. All of our drinks ready to go. All of our books ready to go. So many upselling potential here. So much upselling potential. Now, I want to have these signs done too. So we're going to say that the Rhythm by Trey headphones is there. We're going to put you, and we're going to say that you guys are the... Where is it? It's B. There it is. Okay, headphones. And then we're going to... Oh, wait. Nope. They already have a sign for that over here. Okay, in that case, we're going to put expensive jewelry right here. So we're going to tell people, hey, by the way, expensive jewelry is in the back. Expensive jewelry. There we go. That tells everybody to go back there. Yeah, the headphones, we're going to push them up about like that. All right, what do we got here? Let's say wine, expensive gifts. How about expensive gifts? Expensive gifts. We'll advertise the expensive gifts being here. And they can tell where the wine is on their way to the expensive gifts. It's right in the front of the store. You should be able to see it. It's a glass wall. Here's some flowers. We'll say cheap flowers. You can put some cheap flowers right here. A little sign there. Although they should be able to see that, right? They can see that when they get in the store. It's fine. How about we do the clothing? I have the signs for the clothing already. These are books. Yeah, books or jewelry. Here we go. Gotta put the sign for the jewelry here. Right here, we can say jewelry cheap. And we have this one here, which is the books. And we're going to go with, I guess, novels. So we can advertise the novels specifically. Okay. Over here is fine. I don't need that. This is going to be our cheap modern female, I guess. And then this is going to be our cheap modern male. And then for here, I don't know. Maybe we advertise a different book. Or limited editions. Here we go. We put limited editions right here. Limited edition books. Okay. I think that's my signs. Those are my signs. Those are my signs. That's how we say that sentence. Those are my signs. And we have, you know, peaceful work environment, everything here. Oh, here we go. Hi, boss. On day 272. Got a little dyslexic there. I'll finally be retiring and will no longer work for you as a lawyer. Joanna Howes is going to retire. Well, we'll have people replacing her anyway. It's fine. I probably should get another headhunter, if nothing else, just to have them linked up to these HR people so that they, you know, do legitimately replace them. And we don't have... Oh, here we go. Headhunter customer service. Beautiful. Okay, so 4 days a week sucks. But if we hire a bunch of people, like no morning shifts, no weekends, etc., like all that stuff kind of sucks to have to deal with, but I don't have to deal with it. So as long as I have enough people, I think we'll be fine here. So we're going to hire everybody and we're just going to let the auto fill deal with it. Okay, so all of you guys are going to be hired and you're coming into priorities right here. You're all hired to priorities. There you go. Then I can come over to priorities. Well, I probably have to select the right one. Here we go. Go to schedule. And I think in the beginning, we're going to have these hours and then we'll modify them. Yeah, we'll modify them from there. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Then we actually want to switch and have more security people as well, don't we? So let's scroll down and find the security guards. We should have a lot of those available. Preferably ones that don't need super expensive insurance, but it looks like all of them want some level of insurance. Hey, there's a peaceful work environment. Okay, we'll bring in the bronze. Bring in the bronze ones. There we go. It's fine. I just want to get it done and over with here. Bronze. Here we go. What else you got? Clean work environment. I got that. Well, we're gonna need somebody to clean the place, but yes. All right, those security guards are also going to be hired and assigned to priorities. There you go. And one more time, we need to hit the thing. Hit the thing. Schedule. Hit the thing again. And we'll see how that goes. And then we just hit this button here, and we're open, and then people can come in and buy things. But before that happens, we have average security, which isn't great. So we're going to close down again, actually. Average security sucks. We need security people here in order to help. And for that, I need the schedule to be completed. So there we go. Now we can open. And now we have perfect security. Easy. So now the store is open. People can come in. They can buy things. All great. 75 each here. Let's go ahead and get our marketing on. I clicked the wrong one, but you know what? We're just going to have them all. So we're going to go priorities. Give me a large internet campaign. I still hate that I have to do each one of these individually. It really should be checkboxes here. And honestly, I feel like once you've called them once, we could skip the call entirely and just put it in the menu on the business manager is what I would do. But that's just me, man. City ads, here we go. I mean, it kind of breaks the convention if you don't have to call them, but I would still like this to be a checkbox where it's like, which ones do you want? This one, and this one. Okay, we'll do all of them. That would just be right. That'd be better. Okay, priorities, here we go. And one more. So I get all of them so that I can play around with the different configurations and figure out what's most optimal here. So priorities has 100. Of course, now we have 100. That's going to be known. But if we take some away, let's take the big expensive one away first and see what that does. So 47% gets us into an 87 situation. Okay, so we need the big one, but we don't need all these small ones. So let's take away the medium billboard and the large internet campaign. Always remove the large internet campaign first before the small billboard. They cost the same, but the billboard's more effective. And so this is still 100%. Very nice. We can get rid of, not yet. We have a different configuration probably. Let's get rid of the small billboard 2. Okay, that's awesome. And so we basically have 100% there. And is that it? Is that all I need is a large billboard? It is. All I need is the large billboard. Wow. Okay, well, that's to know. We can't get rid of this. If I have everything else and not this, then I don't get to 100. But if I have only this, then we're good. So there we go. There's our marketing for priorities. We should have a whole bunch of people coming in to buy a whole bunch of things from us now. Security guards in place. Let's check out the schedule really quick. And you see there are certain times in the day still where we don't have all 4 security guards here. There's certain times where we don't have all the cashiers here still. So we're still going to need more people brought in. We can do that throughout the day, though. It's not a huge deal. I just need the headhunters to find them. Now, for the security guards, they're not currently looking for them, so I do need to hire those guys now. But for the customer service people, we're currently looking for them, so it's fine. So we'll have you, and let's go you. Both of you will get hired to... I could just never find it. Priorities. Hire them. Come back over to the business. Here we go. And schedule it again, please. And that will fill the gaps in our security issues. Be very nice. Okay. I think I've taken up enough of your time today. It's been wonderful. We have a new store. And it's, I think it's pretty good. The everything store. It doesn't have everything, though, so it's an asterisk. It should be priorities, the everything store, asterisk. That's our motto. You can get everything, asterisk, here. Take it easy, guys. Love your faces. I think next video, we set up our clothing factory. We're going to get started on that, okay? Bye-bye.